Do kids need mental breaks? That's deep, right? Everybody talk about adults being overwhelmed, burnout, anxiety, stress, depression, but almost nobody asks the deeper question. What happens when children never get a chance to mentally breathe? Because the truth is, a lot of our kids carry more pressure than ever before. School pressure, sports pressure, social media pressure, family pressure, the pressure to perform before they even really know who they truly are. And society keeps treating childhood like preparation for life instead of realizing childhood is life. A lot of kids are mentally exhausted long before their adulthood ever even arrives. And the scary part is many children don't know how to or how to deal with or explain what they feeling. They just become irritated, irritable, they become distant, they become emotional, they become angry, they become quiet, they become distracted, they become overly attached to devices, these phones, these MacBooks, or they become introverted and completely disconnected. Not because they necessarily bad kids, but because their minds are overloaded. Yeah, sometimes a child doesn't need punishment. Sometimes they need peace. A mental break for a child is not laziness, it's recovery. Even adult, even adults break down under constant pressure. So imagine being a child trying to understand emotions you don't even have the vocabulary for just yet. My son was in school and asked me to stay home one day, and I was just talking to him, and it made me think about this. Why some kids act out after school? The school may be 7 or 8 hours physically, but mentally, it can feel like survival. Constant instructions, constant comparison, constant correction, constant stimulation. I'm like, man, maybe Buddy need a break. And then he come home and I hit him with the, where your homework at? Play in your room. Get off the game. Why your grades slipping? Stay out the phone. I'm not giving him a chance to emotional reset, no decompression, no moment to simply just exist. And this is where many parents accidentally miss the bigger play. Rest is not the enemy of growth. Overworked minds stop learning effectively. Emotionally drained children stop communicating effectively. And pressured children eventually start associating love with performance. And that's dangerous because some children grow into adults who never feel worthy unless they're producing something. A child should not feel like a machine. Now, let's be clear. Mental breaks don't mean removing structure. Kids still need discipline. They need guidance. They need responsibility. They need accountability. They need direction, instruction, navigation. But balance matters. A healthy mental break could look like quiet time, creative hobbies, going outside, laughing with the family, listening to some music, dancing to some music, sports without pressure. You heard that? Sports without pressure. Honest conversations, or simply being allowed to relax for a moment, to do nothing for a moment. Sometimes doing nothing is actually emotional repair, rejuvenating that force and that energy, that negative vibe that's on you. And one of the deepest things that parents must understand is children may forget your rules, but they rarely forget how your environment made them feel late in life. If home only feels like pressure, guess what happens? They'll eventually search for peace somewhere else other than the home. Hence the streets. And in today's world where anxiety in children is rising so rapidly, mental breaks are no longer optional for many families. They necessary. Because burned out kids become disconnected teenagers. Disconnected teenagers become emotionally lost adults. And the goal isn't to raise perfect kids. The goal is to raise emotionally healthy kids who know how to handle life without collapsing under pressure. And even then, gotta help with the bounce back. And how many adults today are still suffering because nobody allowed them to have emotional breakdowns when they were young? How many adults today are suffering from childhood trauma? How many adults today are suffering and can't facilitate healthy relationships based on childhood trauma? How many adults today got ineffective communication skills based on childhood trauma? How many adults today don't know right from left based? A child need a mental break too. I'm just saying. What's your thoughts on that? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Talk to me in them comments. Let me know what y'all think.